So, woke up this morning by the cliffs again, obviously, because that's where I went to sleep. So here, in front of me, is one of the many border crossings you go through to check for fruit. This one, I actually had to stop and open some panniers up just to check. Anyway, South Australia, WA. So, now I'm in South Australia, and now I'm in WA, which also makes me a time traveller, because I don't know what time it is now, but let's say it's 9 o'clock, it's just for the sake of it, so it's 9 o'clock, it's not, but let's say it is. Now it's 9 o'clock. Now it's 11 o'clock. Yeah. So, there we go. Now in WA, I don't think I'll ever get to the Northern Territory. I think I'm always going to be in WA. I'll be very close to the border, but not actually in the Northern Territory on this trip. So, yeah, now I have officially travelled in all states of Australia by some manner or means. Mostly car, although New South Wales was by bus, and then Victoria, South Australia, and now WA is all my motorbike. So a good way of travelling, getting a bit of a mix involved. Anyway, the road's still the same, it's still straight. Nullarbor, the word Nullarbor is a Latin word apparently, so I just read out that sign, that or derives from a Latin word that means treeless. Not quite sure what they call these then, but I guess they're not trees, I guess they're bushes. I don't know, they look like trees to me. I'd call them trees, they're pretty tall. Right, settle in for another day. Telegraph station is another place I need to stop at. Just went to the border, sort of border village roadhouse. People said to me to stop at border village, but some people would tell me to stop at places, and I get there and I'm like, why? Why do I? Like, I didn't see anything. It's just a collection of houses right on the border, which is, I don't know. It seems a bit odd. Lost the bike. No, I parked it. I was just riding past this petrol station, and it said that there's the old telegraph station, which this is it. I was expecting a bit more of a building, if I'm honest, but this is what we have. With lots and lots and lots of was here. Oh, I was here. Oh, yeah, and I was here. And no one cares here. I wonder how much the sound this is all like come up. And how, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that was a window. But you'd expect a window to be about head height, so I just wonder how much of this sand has risen up. I mean, there's a doorway looking. I can't even fit through that. Alright, well, cool. Let's find my way back to the bike. This way. Esk. I found the no tree plane. Some more of it. This guy from front, I haven't actually met him yet, but I passed him like 3 times. We keep stopping in similar places. When I went back to take a photo at the WA and SA border, he was just coming through the fruit place. I think he must have stopped at the border village petrol station roadhouse, and then he just stopped at where I was, near the telegraph track. But I don't think he went to the trap. He could have done. but I don't think he did. So here's something you don't see in the UK. So that's the Royal Flying Doctor, I don't know what S stands for, services maybe. So you get these warning signs like that, and then as you're cruising along the road becomes a runway for the plane to land. I guess it would swoop past as a warning flyover and then land. So here's your markings for the end of the runway. That's not just an overly large zebra crossing. So yeah, they come in and swoop down here. And normally, what I've seen on the other one, the road gets a little bit wider, but it probably doesn't need to here. And there's a big pull-in, probably for the plane to do a U-turn or something, and then take back off again. I think there's sometimes another, yeah, I can see it, it's coming up, the other end of the runway. Yeah, so the Royal Flying Doctor, so they just basically land a plane, and here's the other end of the runway. And that's that. You see quite a few of them along the way. Never seen a plane land, obviously, but then that would be an emergency situation if it was anyway. But it's kind of cool, not something you normally see every day on your average highway. Just it becoming a landing strip. Just stopped for some lunch. Although I really have no idea what time it is, because that clock says 12:30, this one says 11:30, my phone says 10 to 11, so God knows what time it is. And apparently this is a different time zone, so apart from me being wildly incorrect earlier, now it's 9 o'clock, now it's 11 o'clock. When I said to you that it was 9:11, it wouldn't have been. It would have been the other way around. Because that petrol station that I pulled into had 3 clocks on the wall. It had Adelaide, Perth, and wherever this place is. I wish I forget. Begins with M. Madura, something like that. And yeah, this is a different time zone. So there seems to be. This is the hour gap. That view. I'm mumbling, but yes. So Adelaide or South Australia is one time. Then you enter this. Then you get to the border of WA, and it goes back by basically 1 hour. And then you drive, and at some point down here, it will change when you get closer to Perth, and it then drops into Perth time, which is what my phone says. When I said to him, how come there's 3 clocks on the wall, he just said, it's a bloody big country, mate. I was like, yes, I'm acutely aware of that. I've just been riding for 10, 11 days, and although I've been sightseeing and taking my time, I'm not across it yet. Didn't know there was. So there's what means from WA, you got 1, this one is 2, South Australia is 3, and then Victoria, which is 4, and then in some cases you have the daylight savings time, which works in Victoria and New South Wales, but doesn't happen in Queensland. So that can be half an hour or an hour out between Vic and Queenstown, even though it's in the same. Oh, mate, clocks in Australia, weird. Just riding along, spotted this. Now I'm not going to get too close to it, but that is a dying snake. I haven't seen too many snakes in Australia, but that one got flattened. There's a car coming, so I won't go. Yeah, a very dead snake. Oh well, maybe we'll see a live one. Well, on these long stretches, I was counting how the time it takes between one car and the other, and actually coming the other way, and it was about 5 minutes. And now I'm spotting how many dead roos there are, and literally, it's amazing. You will 100% see more dead kangaroos in Australia than you will see live ones. 100%. Give you an example, right? So we're riding down the road. We'll keep our eyes peeled. One dead roo. So that was there. Dead roo. Right. Dead roo. Dead roo. This is just like bodies on the side of the road. Some of them are not very big. Dead roo or something. Maybe not. I was not counting that one. Dead roo. And we're just like, there's just hundreds of them. Dead roo. Dead another one. Well, that may be the same one. They're just split in half. There was one that was just a car-sized splatter across the road, which is quite good. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a dead roo. Yeah, that's another one. So it's like insane. Oh, and then we're just cruising along. Dead one. Dead one. Dead one. Like, you'll 100% see more kangaroos dead or decomposing. There's another one. There's another one, but that's spread across a bit. Another one. I don't know how many we've counted so far. If anyone's counting, I don't know, let me know. There's another one. There's another 2, 3, 4 possibly. I don't know what that might have not been. A road looked too small. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen, since I left Melbourne, I have seen 2 little roos hopping along the side of the road and 2 large roos where I dropped my bike in that deep sand when I was looking at those cliffs. I saw 2 kangaroos hopping across there. So I've seen 4 roos in the entire 3,500 kilometres that I've been riding along, and in the space of me talking, oh, there's another big red one there, dead. We've counted probably 20 odd. So mental. 1 and 2. Do you know what I mean? There we go. Now, okay, so there's another one. So now I've equalled the amount of kangaroos I've seen since I finished saying how many roos. Like, it's just mental. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Back to this and music and chilling out. It's mind-numbingly boring, but it's kind of interesting because I'm spending more time not so much looking at the road, because this is what you see. You've got all the time in the world to plan for stuff. But I tend to look over here, looking for things. Maybe some kangaroos that are hopping around. Maybe some emus. A camel that might be wandering around. So I haven't seen any yet, and I think they're quite unlikely to see them. Right, now, not now, but currently I'm in Central Australian time. So that sign there says Central Australian time, advanced clock by 45 minutes. And here says turn your clocks back by 45 minutes. So that would mean that my phone now at 12:45 was the time that on the other side of that the other side of that sign, but that happened on the WA border. So that's why also my minutes are out by 15, which I couldn't work out either. So I don't understand. So it goes 45 minutes from this point onwards. So that says advanced clocks by 45. So it's 45 minutes, from here to the WA border. And then at the WA border, it must then jump another 45 minutes or a bit more. I think there's 2 hours between it. Maybe it's only an hour and a half, which means it's 2 lots of 45. An hour from Victoria to South Australia, and then from South Australia into WA, there's a 2-hour time difference between WA and Victoria. Oh, buggered if I can't work it out. It's because I don't know what the time difference is between Victoria and South Australia. No, I do know that. I don't know the time difference between South Australia and Central Time. That's what I don't know the difference of. I might go and ask them inside, just so I can get my head around it. It's not that complicated, I just literally, I don't know. My clocks it's so weird travelling through it, because the clock's just constantly changing from one to the other. Then I had daylight savings happen to me at the same time, that moved an hour, so the clocks have just gone a bit mental for me for the last couple of days. Right, let's fill up with fuel. And, on to the next bit. 90 miles straight. Australia's longest straight road. 146.6 k's of straight road. And I've filled up a petrol station, so I've done half a kilometre, apparently. Another dead roo! Wow, amazing. So this is going to be straight. And 180 kilometres is probably where I'm going to quite possibly look for a campsite, call it a day, something like that. Right, time zones. So I spoke to a guy in the petrol station, and basically he said to me that my phone was actually on Central Time, so it was being picked up and it was correct. For the time zone that I was in, so it should go back by 45 minutes very shortly. It was about 12:45 when I pulled in. I got chatting to that other biker that I saw, and he'll probably overtake me soon. So yeah, it should drop back by 45 minutes. So, which means that there's about 45 minutes again between South Australia and Central Time, I reckon. So yeah, that's what's happening. The time zone I didn't even know was there. If the road's not been straight before, it's definitely straight now. 90 kilometres of straight road. On the map it looks like someone's just drawn the line of the road and then gone, I'll just get a ruler out and just, there we go, and then carry on going again. It's huge. So I'm literally almost exactly halfway through that 90 miles or 146.6 k's. And what I want to try and do is get a photo of my bike in the middle of the road. For an empty road, it's a bit difficult. Keep the bike running. Go. There's the clutch coming that way. Come on. Take the photo.
The trucks won't realise that I'm stationary and are coming at me at 110 kilometres an hour.
Come on, you heavy bastard. 46, there we go. 46.66 done. So that's the longest, supposedly, the longest stretch of the road done. However, there isn't a corner, so I guess it's longer than that. But I've done 146.6. So I don't really know. It's been so weird today. Like I've really kind of worked out. So if it's now, as far as the clock's concerned, and my clock did move despite not having any signal on my phone. It's now 2:11 or 11 minutes past 2. So I've done 524 kilometres, and I got on the bike at 20 to 9. So it's basically been midday all day, which is just mind-boggling. So as far as the bike's concerned, because I haven't changed the clock all day, it's just say 20 to 9 when I got on the bike, and it is now 20 to 5. So, you know, I've been doing a relatively big day of just hauling arse and stopping for lunch and getting some food, just mooching along the Nullarbor. But because of the time differences, it's basically been lunchtime all day. So it's only 2 o'clock. I'm not tired, but I can definitely feel that I've done 500 kilometres. And it being 2:15, say my body and the bike and everything is basically, we've been going, it's 5 p.m, almost 4:45, so we've been going all day, but the sun is nowhere near setting. I guess it's going to set around 6:30, but I could be completely wrong. I really have no idea. So this will be my bigger day. I would have ridden more than 6:50, I reckon, by the time I stop. Yeah, 6:80 now, 5:80 now, and it's now only 4 o'clock, and the sun's still well up. So I reckon I'll knock 160 k's out. I've just been outside to go to the loo, and there is a huge lightning storm, like just over that way, which is basically the way I was heading, so west. And it's just lighting up the sky. Like, it's not raining here, it's not thunder and lightning here, you can just about hear it, like there was one there, but when you look over, like the sky is just flashing up, and you can see like huge bolts of lightning over the other side, which hopefully I don't ride into that and it flies over and misses me.